The challenges are mounting behind Melbourne United. Southeast Melbourne second, Perth fourth. Can either of these teams plant their flag in the sand today as being the best of the rest in NBL 26 in the early part of the season? Perth with the ball on the offensive end to start. JLA on a straight rip, gets to the bucket immediately.
And we just talked about how dangerous he is. He is the best in the league in terms of big men able to put the ball on the deck and score. Sobey.
Oh my. Continues his form from last week.
It is, and Geordie Hunt has been really good. Yeah, my word, they were impressive because it was a shaky start coming off a gut-wrenching loss. So they bounced back well, and my glory-filled days. Nathan Sobey just continuing an offensive onslaught to start the season.
Scintillating stuff from Sobey, and Henschel comes right back.
Well, Drew, you said he was an MVP candidate in last night's game, and he fires again. You can see his confidence.
As Riley's emerged this season, Foxwell's continued his development. And here he is, scurrying inside and finishing right on cue.
I've watched a lot of basketball recently, and the way Phoenix are playing, they haven't changed the rule to an 8-second shot clock. This is just the way they play, and why wouldn't you? When you're playing like this, Sobey, another three. Look at the Amy replay. Great find by Lewis. He knows Sobey is in the zone.
There are always going to be a chance to be competitive on any given night, but they've far exceeded what even I thought was possible early.
Look, Jared really go all the way inside. Not giving him an inch of space. Doolittle had the pass come ricochet back to him. Eventually got it to Pepper. And Elijah Pepper stays hot. Doolittle, the hit-ahead pass to David Duke Jr. for his first point as a Wildcat.
Nice patience there on the D-cell.
Catching Lear out there now in the two-man game with Foxwell. Spinning his way. Good activity from Brown to keep it alive and add two more.
That's 3 times now where Brown's got hands on the ball on the offensive glass.
Aquera from outside. Game number 50 as a Wildcat. Splashes in the early triple.
You guarded him, but you're right. He had some really good moments at the end of that game against the Jack Jumpers.
Maldonado throws the lob up to Alier, who takes the contact and finishes.
Just the way they're built, as you see the replay there, Maldonado does a great job at doing what he does best with.
Because of their intensity on the D.
There in a Russo-Nance who misses that one. 2 of 22 on the season now from outside Dante Russo-Nance. Can't hit at the rim. Aquera recycles it, puts it back in for 2.
He should be making that. If he can get that going, then he becomes a whole different proposition.
Duke Jr. loses it again. Alier goes behind the back at midcourt, pinched by JLA. They've got the numbers advantage here, the Wildcats, and Duke Jr. goes to the reverse. 4-1 on the road so far this season, the Wildcats. This time it's a Perth steal. Russo-Nance takes it inside, finishes strong, and gives the Cats the lead. Number 5 in the opening term here. Wagstaff to JLA. Windler stepping back from way downtown. It rattles out and drops.
That was nice. Strokes you want to see. Step, side step, back step.
Wholesale changes for the Wildcats.
Yeah.
Doodle and Deschen really come in. Alier kicks it to the corner. Foxwell fires the triple and gets nothing but the bottom of the net. Really backing down Foxwell. Little shake and bake from Sharon Riley. Now the turnover for Southeast Melbourne. Luala Chul Jr. to Windler spinning through. He throws it straight back to Brown. Hit ahead pass to Sobey. He's got a 1-2 cross court. Hunter rattles down the rim.
Nice play here. Sobey aware that Hunter is trailing. So checking out the new import, Wes Iwandu. We got pronunciation clarification before the game, Andrew.
Yes, we did. Fine young man.
John Brown lays that one home. Foxwell, Lewis, Sobey, Brown, Foster, the 5.
Got to get it in.
Melbourne really does need to get it in. Doolittle's got to get it up. That won't fall. Lewis, the hit ahead to Sobey, who is sprinting up the floor. Good luck catching that man.
Because this is one super quick, and then the ability.
He looks highly engaged as Christian Doolittle hits 2. And that'll have the fans celebrating, including Rob, who is sitting next to you, Drewy, in the Southeast Melbourne corporate seats.
It wasn't worth the challenge, that's for sure.
I was with you, Drewy, just quietly. Yeah. Really, to Windler. Gets it up before the shot clock expires. It matters not, because Southeast Melbourne are going to come back and ram it straight back at them. Foxwell puts it on the floor. Gets underneath. Terrific find to Foster.
A nice penetration here by Foxwell. Eyes up, never really telegraphs it, and Foster with a nice cut away from the ball.
He's the big-ticket item.
Another who's averaging career-best numbers in an array of statistical categories. Foster and JLA got him, and Brown keeps it alive. Lewis, catch and shoot. That was a tough spot. Christian Doolittle's playing quarterback, and JLA's an awfully fine wide receiver.
And he just kept running. See right there, he closed out, and he wasn't going to be able to get back and test for the board. And it's
Pete Hooley and Brad Rosen at halftime as Maldonado steps into a 3. That won't fall.
Scoring slowed down a little bit.
He wins it back for the Phoenix. Glover all the way inside, lays it home, 1 to come.
They're spot on, and Glover could have pulled the trigger on that one. And he's been really patient. That's only his first.
While Achul Jr. puts it on the floor, runs into Maldonado. Really with 5 on the shot clock. Again, gets into his bag, drops it off to Lowell Achul Jr. That's a terrific find. Tied at 40 apiece. 2 minutes remaining, second term. Maldonado to Glover for 3. Got it!
That's a zone buster right there.
Well, they're #1 in the league.
Wildcats not far behind them. 16 made shots, 11 assists. The thing that really sticks out for the Wildcats, the 9 turnovers.
Glover for 3 again. Angus Glover's heating up. Peer review.
Joel, you know we both belong to that same nerds club.
Oh, yeah, you're the president, no doubt. Really at the other end. Knocks down a big 3. Jaron really.
Well, it is hard to appreciate a Phoenix game because they do put so much pressure on it.
Doolittle at the other end, splashes in a 3. Back-to-back triples for the Wildcats.
He hasn't shot it great from the three-point line. They just took the odds. He made them pay.
Hunter from outside. He's been shooting that thing from there nicely.
Thursday before last. He's capable.
Really, Windler, Lowell Achul Jr., Doolittle, and Duke Jr. Really drives to the cup. Lewis, Foxwell, Hunter, Glover, Sobey. The 5 for Josh King. Foxwell steps into a deep 3. He shot that from across the Yarra. He hands Southeast Melbourne back the lead. Duke Jr. answers right back. And we are back and forth.
And Glover sets that little ghost, and Foxwell takes advantage and knocks down. What do you complain about,
that's
Drew?
That's just a straight miscommunication. You've got your rules.
Melbourne 5-2, yet to be beaten at home. They were beaten here by Melbourne United in an away fixture earlier in the season. Doolittle taking it strong at Hunter, who denies him emphatically. Iwandu and Maldonado getting set to check in. Glover wins it back. Outlets to Foxwell. And we are tied again.
But you know, Andrew, they always have that ability.
Still get to register a rebound in 18.5 minutes of court time.
What a good one on our hands here as Windler strokes that one in rhythm. Phoenix by 1. We have been tied 7 times in this quarter. Wow. Sobey for 3!
That is not an easy shot. You're coming away from the basket.
4-point lead to the Phoenix. Time winding down here in this third term. Windler from deep. Dylan Windler answers right back. Nice. Time yet for the Phoenix. 1-point game. Maldonado to Brown to beat the buzzer. Absolutely incredible. Melbourne 75-72. John Brown. Iwandu, Maldonado, Brown, Sobey, and Aaliyah out there. Maldonado hanging and hitting.
Perimeter with JLA. and hits him with a crossover right there, Drew.
Yeah.
Same foot, same hand finish.
Duke Jr. putting the moves on, got Sobey up in the air, had it poked loose. Wow. And it'll go back in black.
Liam Santamaria keeps a good seat. Don't worry about that.
Sobey from outside, rattles it home. And that is a roll that you only get in your hometown at the moment. Jaron really putting the moves on. Sobey gets a hand in. Henschel outside. Can he hit here? He certainly can.
Well, I'm sure it wasn't drawn up exactly that way.
Melbourne and Sydney here tomorrow. Sobey at the elbow. That won't fall. Out to Iwundu. Got it.
They're giving Sobey too much space. And they've got to commit now to getting the ball out of his hands.
Windler attacking baseline. Beautiful move. Duke to the corner. Doolittle inside. He's turned it over again. Henschel almost wins it back. Iwundu forcing the issue.
Really good defense. Smoothed his feet by Pepper.
Henschel in rhythm. Another big hit for Henny. And it is back to a 2-point game.
Gathering himself.
Well, Latrell Jr. puts it on the floor and now he loses it. And Brown found the window inside, set up by Foxwell. 4-point lead to Southeast Melbourne. Glover's back out there, puts the move on Wagstaff, gets to his left hand, and it rolls home for Angus Glover. Glover to Lewis. Big spot here for the next star. Foxwell from way downtown. 3 from well outside the arc.
Little penetration there by Lewis. Finds Foxwell. The development in his range beyond the three-point line.
Yeah, absolutely. It's very reliable from there. Quick play. That's a good response by the Wildcats. Let's look for shots in that last 6 seconds rather than that first 8.
Doolittle from the baseline. That's a big hit from Christian Doolittle. Tommy replay.
Yeah, it's not just the points where he's been really good. He's also, if you're the Phoenix. Oh,
JLA comes up with the steal. He read the passing lane beautifully. Gets out and gallops in transition. He got blocked by Sobey.
Windler above the shoulders, but let's look at this play by Sobey. JLA elevates. Wow.
To pace Southeast Melbourne. Perth looking to go to 6 and 4. The Phoenix 6 and 2. Really for 3. He continues to deliver, this young man. 35 seconds remaining. Perth will get another look at it. Can Sobey close the door here? Doolittle denies him. Got upstairs.
game-saving play by Doolittle.
Hasn't he come up big down the stretch?
And let him isolate on the push, provided it's a made bucket, Drew.
Could yet be a twist in the tail here at John Cain Arena. Sobey makes the second free throw. 15 seconds remaining. Looking to go to 5 and 1 on the road this season. Now they get it to Doolittle. Fires away for 3. Can't hit it. Who did that come off?
To game plan against Southeast Melbourne Phoenix because of their versatility, as Iwundu knocks down the second.
Doolittle goes quarterback. It'll be intercepted by Owen Foxwell. And it was a Sunday fun day for Southeast Melbourne, who again plant their flag in the sand as one of the key challenges.